with Dr. Ramesh Srinivasan from US. He's joining us today to give the sustainability training, and Dr. Hiran Vedam, who has again been a very long-term associate of Carbon Zero Challenge, and she is training many students across the country in entrepreneurship, particularly clean tech entrepreneurship. Thank you, Hiran and Ramesh. Okay, so what next? The teams will be released funds in 3 tranches. There will be monthly reviews by the expert committees in the different thematic areas. Again, it will be a very rigorous one. They'll be looking at how the prototype is building, how the business model building is happening, and how they are building their sustainability metrics. And by the end of 6 months in June, that's when the demo day will happen. All the teams will bring their prototypes from wherever they are to IIT Madras, and we'll have a 4-day exhibition of the prototypes. We'll be bringing in colleges, schools, investors, incubators, industries, government to see our teams. We will give you a platform. We're very proud of you all. You're going through the whole exercise along with us. So we would be very happy to show your prototype to all these people so that you can benefit through these interactions. And finally, 5 teams will be chosen to get the startup grant of 10 lakhs each. Finally, this is our dream, a dream to build a sustainability incubator, or not only for Carbon Zero teams, but for teams across the country, particularly in the state of Tamil Nadu, who are working in the eco-entrepreneurship area. We would like to have a pre-incubator, as I told you, and then we would like to have mature some of the teams who are really showing the signs of having a successful startup. They will be sent to the sustainability incubator. There will be another round at the end of 2 years of pre-incubation. So these are all ambitious missions, which is aligned with our country's mission of Swachh Bharat, Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and also we would like to help the government achieve its net zero commitment much earlier than 2070. So we are looking for support for future rounds of Carbon Zero, pre-incubator and the sustainability incubator. I would like to stop here. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. We would like to invite Mr. Satish from Katru, who is one of the 2019 finalists. So the Satish is not here, so we'll call upon the next team. We request Dr. Shivagami, co-founder of Samud Yoga Waste Chakra, who is a finalist of 2018.
Yeah, good morning everyone. Thank you for this opportunity first. We were one of the finalists in Carbon Zero Challenge 2018. We started our journey as Team Enviro. We were 5 members in that time. We just started to develop a decentralized solar-powered pyrolysis plant for disposing the plastic waste at the source itself. When we attended the first level of interview, we found out that developing a small pyrolysis unit in multiple places, it's going to be a major fire hazard per se. So we slowly moved the design aspect from the small scale pyrolysis plant to decentralized, a medium level pyrolysis plant where it can be handle the waste from local level to the community level. So we developed the prototype with the 5 lakh funding. And then we got the solar panels for operating the equipments in the batch prototype. And then we were successful in getting the results of the pyrolysis products, like pyrolysis oil, which is in the range of diesel as well as char. We were very enthusiastic that we were able to extract the diesel from the plastics. We have seen multiple papers making this particular thing. But when we are getting that particular oil, when we are running the trial, it was so enthusiastic, and we ran trials, multiple trials within that demo day period. and at least some 10 liter of diesel, 8 to 10 liter of diesel we were able to generate. Even though it's not relevant to the diesel color, we were able to get the characteristics of the diesel. That first experience we can't ever forget that. So the diesel characteristics we analyzed, we thought since many of the other pyrolysis units are there in India and worldwide, we thought we are not going to get any prize out of this. Anyway, we developed a prototype because we group of 5 were researchers mainly. We were 3 were doing PhD. I was the postdoc at that time. So whatever we developed, it was able to give the results. That itself we consider as a wonderful achievement. At the end of the day, demo day, the results were declared. We were one of the finalists and we got 10 lakhs. We were so excited. But at the end of the 10 lakhs getting, what to do with that 10 lakhs? Who is going to do what? How we are going to take forward the journey is the $1 million question mark. Because everybody is going to finish their PhD as well as I was about to finish my postdoc. And also we were not very familiar with these entrepreneur things because we were mostly into more of academic research, business and all, it will be like very far from our knowledge. So slowly what we thought is whoever is there, we will continue doing the R&D. Whether we are taking it to next level or we will just publish it as paper. Irrespective of whatever may be the case, since the results whatever we achieved was quite impressive, I don't want to leave that particular R&D as such. So 2 of them left. In the 10 lakhs we employed one project associate. I was guiding him and we were running multiple trials. In the meantime, whatever the startup funding comes, we slowly applied. In one of the way, we applied the Engineers India Limited funding, which was like 100 lakhs funding. We 5 went to Delhi and presented thing. Fortunately or unfortunately, we got that 100 lakhs funding. And then only we realized that what type of work we are doing, how intense it is going to be. If we want to get the 100 lakhs funding, we have to register it as a startup. That's the first condition. So, if we are going to register, who is going to take which responsibility? Before starting it as startup, it's going to be a research work. I don't have any hesitation in doing that because it's part of my life. I love to do that. Okay, so we started, we got the approval letter and then we have to register it startup. One of my co-founders that time, I just want to mention the names whoever worked that time. Dr. Divya Priya, she is currently in Swiss as a postdoc and then finished, she joined as job. Dr. Ramya Selvaraj, she is now in NIT Raipur. So 2 more friends, Keshav and then Arvind, they were in other jobs. So Keshav and Arvind want to leave for their jobs. Ramya want to leave for her company administration. Divya want to leave for postdoc. So each of them have commitments and really I also don't want to stay because I want to leave for some of the IIT, NIT. I want to be very true in this. Okay. I will trying this also parallelly and whatever may be the case we will register because in the meantime of 2 years by running all the trials, consumables, design, we exhausted the total 10 lakhs. But at the end of the 2 lakhs when we got the Engineers India Limited funding, we got the design ready. So that was the whole thing we made us ready in the 1 year time frame with the 10 lakhs. But even though we have some ups and downs, the mentor system available in IIT ecosystem, that made us to run through the whole journey. We were very thankful for that. Whether known people or unknown people, I never seen the people, but if I go to anyone for any help, they were immediately ready to help us. That is one of the major advantage in the ecosystem. So we were now moved from 5 kg per day system to 500 kg per day system design and then with the 100 kg per day, with the 100 lakhs funding, we have now installed and erected the plastic pyrolysis plant in Perugudi. We are going to start the dry run in this week, and then in the 2 weeks time frame we will be commissioning the plant. So I have something here. So can you just go to the first slide? Yeah, that first slide is like, that's where we started as a small localized pyrolysis plant, and we moved to this 5 kg per day system, and then we have moved to the this half a ton capacity system. The current team consists of, even though the old team moved to their own responsibilities, the current team taking care of this. I also thankful for them. I am currently working in VIT as associate professor, but as and when required, I am just trying to give whatever the inputs necessary for moving the R&D part. I am thankful to Divakar, Vinod, as well as Madhya, who is taking part in this particular journey and taking the things moving on from this, where we left, and to take on this further. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Sriram sir.
Sriram sir has been a mentor all along, right from the early stage. I hope you can hear me. Sriram sir, where are you? Please, yeah. So I'm also part of the journey, as you saw there, yeah. So it has been Shivagami. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? So Shivagami's story actually tells the other side of a startup. We usually hear rosy pictures of a startup growth, right? They get money, they go launch it, and it's great. Okay, but this is reality. This is the reality. There are a lot of uncertainties. Even though you have funding, you will not have people. Even if you have people, you have to work with fabricators. They may not work with you as much as you want them to work. So it is a lot of uncertainty, but the important message is 5 years down the line, they are still alive and kicking, and a large plant is ready to be inaugurated very soon in our Chennai dump site, Perugudi dump site, by probably some dignitaries. We will invite all of you for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Satish, team lead at Carter, to share his experience and learnings from CZC.
Hi. Good morning. I didn't prepare a very elaborate pitch for this, but yeah. So this is Satish. I'm the team lead at Carter. I'm a final year PhD scholar at the Department of Chemical Engineering, and I work under Professor Raghunathan Rangaswamy. We work on Carter, which is air in Tamil, and we provide hyperlocal air quality solutions using low-cost mobile monitoring technology. So our journey started in 2018, July, August, when we were just thinking of this idea, hey, how do we solve the problem of, how do we understand how the air quality is around us? It was just a question that we were trying to figure out. And then we saw this ad for Carbon Zero Challenge, and then we were like, okay, let's give it a shot. So we entered the competition. I had 4 more undergrads who were IITM alumni, who I roped in, and we said, okay, let's apply for it. Coincidentally, we got in, and that is when Carter began. So that is when we actually named the group Carter. And yeah, so I think there were a lot of learning that happened during Carbon Zero Challenge. So once we entered Carbon Zero Challenge, there was this other initiative, GDC, which we entered, and then this ICORE program, where it was all about how do you identify your customer segment, how do you figure out whether you have a product or not. So we went through that journey, and then at the end, the main question was, okay, you want to measure air quality at very high resolution, who's going to buy your product? Where are you going to sell this? So but then we were still, we were like, okay, we were confident that we'll get through somewhere. And with the prototype funding that we received, we made our first ever Carter device, which we deployed, and we collaborated with Cube, which is another organization in Research Park, and we did our first pilot project with the funding that we received from CZC. And one of the most important aspects of CZC was with respect to mentorship and the visibility as well as the feedback that we got. I think that's unparalleled. So the point is, when you just have an idea and you want to go out and figure out whether this idea is feasible or not, whether it will work or not, you need to talk to tons of people. And it's very difficult. So if you have to find technical experts, if you have to find people who are into clean technology, if you have to find industry experts, it's extremely difficult to go find looking for all these people. But then CZC brought those people to us. So there were people who were experts in this domain who came to us to discuss our product. And I think that was something that we couldn't have gotten anywhere else, to be honest. But yeah, slowly. So then we completed the CZC cohort, and then the undergrads actually graduated. But now we are a team of 25 people, and we have received a CSR grant from National Stock Exchange's CSR wing to do a large-scale pilot in Gurgaon and Mumbai, where we'll be covering all of Gurgaon at very high resolution using around 250 devices. Similarly, we are also in talks with Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board to have a potential project for noise pollution monitoring using the spatiotemporal methodology that we've come up with. So yeah, going from just an idea to coming to a team of 25 people who are dedicated to developing a technology which there are still apprehensions about. People still think, hey, you are using low-cost sensors, are they really viable or not? From that level to talking to the regulators, to talking to people from TNPCB, that journey has been phenomenal. And I think it's all possible only because we took that initiative of applying for Carbon Zero Challenge in 2018. So yeah, I really thank the CZC team for giving us, or in some sense, launching Carter. And to all the people who just joined, I wish you all the best. There's a lot of learning to happen. And there's just one thing that I want to tell you. It's at some points in the journey, it will get difficult. So you will be asked for budgets, you'll be asked for timelines, you'll be asked for plans. I know these are all very, so these are all things which you'll get bogged down with. You'll be like, why am I doing all of this? But trust me, the journey is extremely important. It helps you build. It essentially transforms. So it was just me. So when we started off with this team, it was just me and 4 other undergraduates. But after doing all of this, it transformed us into a professional outfit. Right now, we are operating like a company. So to handle 25 people, unless we had thought of all the planning, budgeting, and submitting bills on time, all those things, if we hadn't learned through the CZC experience, it would have been extremely difficult to manage 25 people in one shot. So I think that is a lot of learning that has happened through CZC. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, Mr. Satish, for sharing your experience. Next, we have the launch of the portal RevalTrack. To launch the portal, we would like to invite Mr. Sivaraja Ramanathan, who is heading the Tamil Nadu Startup and Innovation Mission in the capacity of Mission Director and CEO. Startup TN is a startup ecosystem nodal agency of Government of Tamil Nadu. Dr. Renu, who is the coordinator of CZC, and Mr. Muttaya, who were the masterminds behind the development of the portal RevalTrack. I would like to request Mr. Muttaya and Ms. Renu to assist Mr. Sivaraja to walk the portal for us. Sir, please come to
you're requested to launch the portal like a rocket launch, what you see here.
Can the display be changed to the audience also? This one to be connected. So people cannot. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
RevalTrack is an indigenous portal developed at IIT Madras for evaluating startups. It expands into receiving, evaluating, tracking of applications and communicating. RevalTrack primarily aims at automating everything from cradle to grave in detail to automate the evaluation and communication channels on selection status of teams. The dashboard of the portal provides a vivid picture of the entire CZC proceedings. It features access to registration, thematic schemes, submissions, and makes the three-stage screening process of CZC more oriented. The portal sequentially diverges through the first, second, and third round of evaluation process. The reviewers present over here have already reviewed the applications through the second round in the RevalTrack portal of CZC 2022. Further, RevalTrack has also channelized communication through a proper mail management system incorporated into the portal. Now that we have launched the portal, I would like to invite Mr. Shivaraja Ramanathan to address the gathering. Sir, please.
அனைவருக்கும் இனிய காலை வணக்கங்கள். Good morning to all. First of all, my sincere congratulations to the Carbon Zero Challenge team headed by Dr. Indumati and the rest of the team for taking up this initiative, which is very, very important and vital considering the time, not only for Tamil Nadu, not only for India, but also for the globe, the world. So my sincere congratulations for this kind of an effort. As Madam Indumati said, that we had a couple of interaction. She came to our office, the Startup Tamil Nadu Mission office, and we had a long discussion, and followed by the first discussion. We also had several other discussions in creating a policy around startup, how the government can support startup, or creating an ecosystem, a conducive ecosystem with specific focus to climate action and circular economy kind of activities. So I don't want to take much of your time. Just few points around this and how the government of Tamil Nadu can participate in this particular domain. As one of the beneficiaries or one of the successful winner of the previous editions was talking about the climate action and the environment and climate action department of government of Tamil Nadu. Many of you you have seen that recently our Honorable Chief Minister has launched the Tamil Nadu Green Company. And it's a mission. There are a couple of missions going to be undertaken by the Climate Action Department, and the government has earmarked around 500 crores for fighting the climate calamities, or the climate action, or providing support to the climate action activities. And one of the initiatives that the government will be launching soon will be funding for green projects. It's not around startups, but some projects. The details will be shared very soon. But research scholars and enthusiasts working around projects which could impact the climate action as area would be supported by this green fund of or Tamil Nadu Green Fund. That's one information which is done by a sister department. And when it comes to the startup or innovation and startup, coming February we will be launching our new innovation and startup policy for Tamil Nadu. It is called Tamil Nadu Startup and Innovation Policy to 2023, where we want to give more focus for this particular domain. When I was sitting there, sir was asking about what areas that the Tamil Nadu Startup Mission is focusing. Being a government nodal agency, we can't sector specific. We have to be sector agnostic. We have to support every domain. But having said that, we have to look at the current requirements. So people, several state governments, everyone are talking about unicorns. Yes, unicorns are important. But in my personal opinion, I mean, governments cannot do much about creating unicorns. It's their DNA and it's their effort. And they will somehow, if somebody wants to become a unicorn, they will become a unicorn. Even this particular IIT has a unicorn. And but as a government, I feel, and also my board of directors, they feel that we should focus more on certain other areas where we can give some kind of a level playing field for different domains and different regions and different caste classes, all those sort of. So this is the fundamental policy of this government. So coming back to this particular domain, I mean, we are very soon on 30th, we are coming with a small package, support package for climate action startups and women startups, as well as rural livelihood startups, or startups working for rural livelihood. And we are also working on a policy where I'll just share few points. The policy will speak more about that. And like a trailer or a precursor, this 30th Honorable Chief Minister will be announcing few things about thing. And thanks to Madam Indubadi for those contribution based on your input and some of the people who referred, we took quality inputs from them and submitted to the government. And a few of those inputs will be announced very soon. And in our policy in February, we are going to announce more things. So one such thing is many of you will be knowing that we are running a seed fund of TAN seed, which is a 10 lakh fund for particularly for climate action. We want to give some focus and some kind of allocation for startups working around this, and we also wanted to increase that fund to 10 lakhs to 15 lakhs. So this is one thing, and also trying to set up a kind of a climate action innovation center or something like that, which is also we are planning to work. Then how we could the government can help creating a market access for products. So it's great to see that they've given a hamper of different products which directly or indirectly impacts the climate action in a small way. How we could help, how the government departments can buy these products, or how government can help reaching the markets, through building a portal or various other means. So like that, we wanted to give kind of a support because government with its might and reach, we can do a lot of things. And fundamentally, conceptually, as a thought process, as a narrative. We are pushing this, the importance of the climate action by startups and by innovators. When I talk about innovators, it is mainly the researchers and how we could connect. Let's say, for example, I was really happy to see that one of the professors who did the pyrolysis unit. But on the other side, I'm also a little worried about researchers without commercialization. The thought process of commercialization is happening, by and large in our country. Many of the researchers are lying in institutions, where if you take countries in US or Japan or even for that matter China, when they start a research, they start parallelly in the back of the mind. They start the commercialization aspects also. That knowledge, the idea, everything is blended. Where in our country that is missing. We have great research projects, sleeping, in the academies, where the commercialization aspect or the thought process was not there. This is a very fundamental problem and a very strong problem we have to address. All the stakeholders institutions like this and the government and experts and the investors coming together. I think we have to set some policies about that. And finally, I would like to share that, this is a good initiative, though started very recently, and some 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 blockage during the COVID, and again my congratulations and appreciation that it was started again. And I do observe that this is in the very early stage, but this is not available in the other parts of the state. So we wanted to take this kind of an initiative or replicate this at least in 10 locations in Tamil Nadu, in different universities or in different through some government agencies. And I seek your support with in this year 2023. We are happy to take or replicate this kind of initiative to other parts of the state also. Maybe because we have the policy, the new policy will have a target of creating a particular number of startups and a particular number of impact. And also we are trying to reach out to many thematic funds across the globe to look at Tamil Nadu to invest in this particular domain, apart from the government related support. And we do have an emerging sector seed fund, which is a 100 crore fund. There also we are going to give special preference for climate action startups, where the process will be accelerated and a particular amount will be earmarked or given special preferences for climate action thing. These are all will be coming as a notification very soon. And these are all motivated by Madam Indumati. So this is an example how advocacy from researchers and institutions can influence the government thought process. So I would like to admit that also. And because these are all part of their work. So that's the thing. And one small thing I read today, the company Tesla, which is though we consider as a kind of a revolutionary change maker, but they pushed many other companies and researchers and institutions to think about electric vehicles, and that created a big impact. That's kind of a disruption. So though they are contributing a lot in the carbon offset or whatever the terminologies we say, on the commercial part also they are making around close to around $750 billion of revenue every year, I think in this year, and making a 60% annual growth. So climate action is not only many of us in India, we think that's kind of related to social work. No, it has great amount of commercial impact also when you design the business model in the right way. So that is where we need an integration or integral activity of academicians, investors, thought leaders, business experts, and the government. So I think we are poised, and we wanted to as per the vision of our Chief Minister, we wanted to make Tamil Nadu as the #1 state in the country, very specifically for climate action related innovation and startups. So with this, I wish you all the best for all the winners today, and also the people who won the previous editions. And any time you can reach out to my office. We will be happy to work with you and take you to the next stage. You can always reach out to us through the Carbon Challenge, the Carbon Zero Challenge team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your insights. We have amongst us Shri Skandan Krishnan, sir, Senior IAS Officer, Tamil Nadu Cadre. Sir has served for 25 years at various senior positions in our state. Now I would request sir to address the August gathering. Sir, please. A big round of applause, everyone.
Thank you, Professor Indumati. I actually came to listen. It's very difficult for me to now think about talking to an audience. Distinguished guests, innovators, students, it's been great listening to your work. And at the very outset, I wish you all very great success. I'm also happy to hear Sri Sivarajan Ramanathan, who has given glimpses of what the innovation policy is likely to be. And we have to help you drive the vision of Carbon Zero Challenge. So first we need to know whether there is an academic idea to map the requirements of Carbon Zero Challenge in different parts of at least the state to begin with, and then later we can extend it to different parts of the country. So because I feel that research, innovation and action based on research and innovation would need to be dovetailed to the needs of the specific areas. And there will be greater interest from the industry, from the civil society, if they see that a particular challenge that's being faced in a particular area is sought to be remedied by a kind of action that is relevant. And even the state government would be inclined to assist and help in the manner in which these projects are set to take off in the state. That is for one, for sure. I think we need that. We need that mapping. And we need to know what kind of technologies are also available in the world. We should stop reinventing the wheel. And maybe some of those technologies which are available abroad can be probably done here at a cheaper cost, built at a cheaper cost and more efficiently utilized, or we can partner with them. It's not a bad idea. So we need to know what technologies are available today to meet particular challenges. And if we can access or even list out those technologies for particular challenges that are available, and second, if it is not available, to find out how it can be done. What kind of research and innovation is required to meet the deficit in that area. So the deficit gap in climate action is a very important point, if there is a deficit gap. Otherwise, I think there is enough knowledge in the world. My own is only a hunch. I am not an expert. There are people here who can tell. Ramesh Srinivasan will probably tell you more about it. And the other thing which I would like to suggest to Mr. Sivarajan, because I've been in the government for some time here and in the government of India, is that please look at policies worldwide. What is the policy that drove US or drives Singapore or drives other countries towards making of the policy, and how they have dovetailed various aspects in the implementation process, because you are in a very critical seat. I think the state of Tamil Nadu will be looking at you. All the researchers, innovators, climate action people will be looking at you. You see, if you ask me, 500 crores is a trickle to meet the climate action challenge. But if 500 crores can be used as a seed money with other big investment opportunities or investors, or even the banks for that matter, which the government can influence and talk, I'm sure this 500 will become 50,000, depending upon the need. But how do you dovetail that? What kind of guarantees can you give the investors that you are doing the right thing and they have to fund this? That is where you will need a body of experts in each area to guide you and help you to understand and to publicize so that people come forward. people come forward and use money. There is. I am in a forum in IRETSU where we see a lot of entrepreneurs coming and making very good presentations on the commercial side of it especially. So, and that is being evaluated. Mr. Subra is here, you must definitely give him some time to meet with you and find out how this can be done. So we are in a state which I will say very nascent. We are in a state where the carbon zero challenge is sensitized by this exhibition, by these kind of events. We are in a state where the young people are ready to take up the challenge and take it forward. So you need 30 years of entrepreneurship. And we are in a stage where climate action is becoming, actually you are running on a treadmill, you have no time. So you have to look at all these macro components and come out with a policy that is thunderous, that make it easy for innovators, they make it easy for people to access, whether for research or for innovation or for project implementation or for expansion. So this possibility is very real given the present status of the government and the Honorable Chief Minister who is interested in seeing the state become the prima donna in this area. So my impressions I have given it to you. I really don't know anything in greater detail, but I feel that the most important aspect is the coordination between the government, the academia and institutions, which I'm very glad by your presence a lot of it is met, and I am sure that as days go forward we will be able to leapfrog from the present status to a much better situation. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Next, I would like to invite Dr. Prasad Modak to say a few words.
Very good morning, and I'm really going to just say a few words. There is so much of wealth of knowledge present here, so much of experience. I just want to say that carbon as a theme is so interesting and expansive that under carbon you can address so many different facets of the environment. Years ago, I was involved in setting climate innovation centers in 6 countries. And the one, India didn't participate, God knows why, but Vietnam took a lead. And I've seen what happened when a CIC was set up in Hanoi, that they could come up with so many rounded innovations. Somebody worked on water, energy, materials, waste. Everything had a connectivity to carbon. So I love this concept of carbon zero challenge because it's a kind of an apparatus where you can accommodate all kinds of innovations with support. So let me say once again, congratulations, the team here, Professor Indumati, to come to the 3rd edition. And I'm sure that maybe all these shortlisted, selected 32 innovators will give us very interesting stories after a while. Thank you once again.
We would like to welcome Mr. Gagandeep Singh Bedi. I would like to request Professor Indumati to facilitate our Gagandeep Singh chief guest with a gift hamper.
Industries, government establishments, colleges, schools, and communities for sustainable living. Learning by doing will be our approach for the capacity building. And we have already started the same at KV School of our campus. This will also encompass all the activities in our group for research and outreach. It will also bring into its fold design and implementation of projects. This is our first step towards sustainability in our campus. We are looking forward towards building a zero-waste campus. The Students Group of Sustainability Campus Collective has already started the work in force. We have amongst us Dr. Abhishek, Chief Strategy Officer from JSW Foundation. Sir has more than 20 years of experience in development sector and has worked with several NGOs, corporates, banking and manufacturing industries and Big Four consulting firms. I would request Sir to speak a few words on this auspicious occasion. Sir, please. Big round of applause, everyone.
Thank you. Good morning, all. I think I was hearing for last 10-15 minutes a lot of things. We are from a very different side of the desk, working on the ground, looking at challenges and looking at some of the things that I think the IT has started. This is of really interesting to us because what we are looking at, understanding how the local challenges can be resolved through innovations. And as CSR institutions, I'm sure you all must have heard about JSW as a group. We are into energy, we are into ports, steel, paint, cements. The group has taken a lot of efforts in looking at how do we move towards carbon zero. Our chairman has announced targets for all of us. And as JSW Foundation, which I represent, we have another story to serve. We are looking at the community side of the story and what challenges community face outside the boundaries of our factories. How can we complement our efforts towards net zero? That's our efforts. So we have taken a lot of efforts and definitely the stage where you have started picked up from innovation up to a level. We have come at a stage where the most important part comes in. How do we further incubate them? So the examples that we have is few startups that we are supporting at this point of time have been incubated by others, but there was a time when they required another level of support. They required scale to see how their pilots have now looking at a maturity, at a mature stage. And we as foundation have provided them scale. Just to give you an example, waste management is one of our very critical area, which was a lot of waste generated in the community, plastic, wet, dry, all sort of waste. We were working on various teams. We were working on behavior change. We were working on collection, segregation. But what about the processing piece? Because our aim was zero landfill. And there we looked at startup to serve us, to help us in processing those waste. And we right now supporting 16 startups to look at both dry and wet waste and see what sort of a products can be generated out of that. And 2 startups right now which are with us in our geography are working on, one working on dry, converting them into roads, construction material, other on wet for animal feed. So this is a starting point that we have taken as foundation, and I look forward to multiple innovations in various thematics that we work in. We work in water, we work in health and nutrition, we work in education, we work in agriculture, waste. So these are our thematic areas, and I would also like to assure all of you, the corporates, foundations through CSR funds are looking forward to all of you to come and join us and help us resolve social challenges on the ground. So, thank you very much.
I would now like to welcome a director with a sustainable gift hamper. I would like to welcome Indumati to facilitate our director. I ask Professor Indumati to facilitate the Abhishek. We have amongst us Director of IIT Madras, Professor Kamakoti. We are extremely honoured for having his support and encouragement right from the launch of CZC. I request our Director to share his views.
A very good morning to all of you. Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Gagan Singh Bedi, GC Commissioner of the Greater Chennai Corporation, Dr. Abhishek, Mr. Sivaraj Ramanathan, and Mr. Skandar, and Professor Indu, Dr. Prasad Mohan. So this is indeed a very, very important activity of IIT Madras. We are very happy this Carbon Zero Challenge is going on for the last couple of years with a great outreach. As IIT Madras, we have started looking very seriously onto the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. And one of the important Sustainable Development Goals, or probably I can say as the basic foundation for all the Sustainable Development Goals, is to reach this zero net carbon. We have started many initiatives, right from water, our own recycling of our water, our sewage water. I am very happy to tell you that our fresh water consumption has reduced by 50% in the last 2 years. And the way we do the recycling is that all the sewage water gets collected at a spot through just gravity, right? We are not actually using conventional power to pump to that point, and then from there we pump just 250 meters to go to a cleaning plant and then the recycling plant, and we get back 1.8 million liters per day as recycled water, which we use for our gardens and also our air conditioning and many other, and the flush. So this is something that we had put in place, and we have around capacity of 4 million liters per day, and we did a rough calculation. This particular system can sustain at IIT for the next 50 years, and that is the calculation. Now we are going into more of the waste to wealth initiatives. Faculty of IIT Madras, at least 2 groups have worked on. Today, TRL 7 to 9 level products that can basically convert the waste, different types of waste, into different types of wealth. And so very quickly we will be installing multiple such solutions inside the campus to see that our waste is basically converted to wealth inside. And one of our challenges that we have is within the next 3 years, there will not be a single gram of waste from IIT campus which will go out. Coming back to sustainability, today circular economy and all these things are becoming extremely important. We are opening up a school for sustainability. We are also opening up an incubator for sustainability, because we believe that in the next 4 to 5 years, we will have sustainability as one of the most important employment potential. If you look at any of the financial organizations today, ESG becomes very, very important in the assessment of any credit proposal. So there is a need for people to understand from a policy perspective, from an implementation perspective, from a feasibility study perspective, how certain technologies can be sustainable or not. And this particular aspect is a highly interdisciplinary topic. So our School of Sustainability is launched now. We have 10 centers working together to look at different aspects of sustainability. We will be announcing a dual degree program in policy development which will look at sustainability, plus over the next couple of years a B.Tech or a dual degree completely addressing the issues in sustainability. So our commitment to sustainability is very, very strong, and we look forward to a very active collaboration with all who are here and all the youngsters who have taken up this challenge. And I'm very happy that the number of applications are exponentially growing, and that is very much needed to exponentially bring down the total carbon consumption in the nation. So I wish all the participants great success, and IIT Madras will be always there for you to take your ideas into product to deployment, and then finally see that we give a very, very sustainable environment for our country and lead an example globally that we are, if it comes to sustainability, India should be the single point where people have to come and analyze. So this is the technical supremacy that we want to lead our country to. I thank all of you for participating in this, and I would like to see much more broader participation in the years to come. And sir, from IIT Madras, whatever we want to do for the GCC, we would like to work. We are already working very closely, and we will continue to work and see what best we can do for our Tamil Nadu. Thank you very much.
Commissioner of Greater Chennai Corporation. He has many distinctions to his profile. Sir has been Additional Collector of Kadalur, Commissioner of Corporation Madurai, Collector of Kanyakumari District. He has also been the Managing Director of Tamil Nadu Water Supply and Sewerage Board and was Secretary for Rural Development and Panchayat Raj Department. Sir has won several awards for his contributions to ecology and environment. Now I take pleasure in inviting Mr. Gagandeep Singh Bedi to address the audience.
Thank you. Respected Director of IIT Chennai, Madras, Dr. Kamakoti, our senior IAS officer who also retired as advisor to Government of Jammu Kashmir and senior officer in Government of India, Mr. Skandan sir, IAS, Dr. Indumati, the professor of IIT. In fact, I hardly come to any functions because I am always held up since the morning. We have our conservancy operations, and but persistently I have been persuaded by Dr. Indumati. She is really very dynamic. I find, based on the way she has asked us to all of us to join this event. All the members over here in the distinguished panel, Mr. Shivaraja, Dr. Abhishek, Dr. Prasad Modak, all the professors and faculty over here, all the students, all the young entrepreneurs. It's a great event, and I am very privileged to be a part of this thing. I believe there are students also over here in this way, or entrepreneurs. Okay, you know how much is the greenhouse gas emission? How much percentage of that comes from the cities? Do you have any idea about that? From the cities in the world, the greenhouse gas emission is about 75%, 75 to 80%. And from where does this greenhouse gas emission come? From within our cities. Of course, rural areas, it is the agriculture sector that creates greenhouse gas emission, methane emission. But in the cities, the main greenhouse gas emission comes from two major components. One, the traffic that is there in our cities. With increasing volume of traffic, the burning fuels create the greenhouse gas emissions. And then you and me are part of the city corporation. We have our solid waste, the landfills, all that, the landfills, big landfills in Chennai, Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, each and every city creates immense greenhouse gas emission. And the direct proof of that is, suddenly sitting in my office, I find news coming to me, sir, in Perumbudi, there is fire over there. There's no person over there. How did that fire occur? The fire occurred because there is legacy garbage across all our landfills which generates methane gas, and because of the heat that creates fires. This is one aspect of greenhouse gas emission. Every solid waste that you and me produce create greenhouse gas emission over there. So we all have a duty. You as the users of traffic, you as the creators of solid waste, I as the handler of solid waste, you as the researchers who are in the technology creation in order to handle the greenhouse, in order to reduce the greenhouse gas emission, all of us have a duty for greenhouse gas emission reduction. So I am very happy. I definitely agreed to come to this carbon zero challenge because this is something that all of us need to do so. I'll refer to three aspects broadly, what we in Greater Chennai Corporation are doing, and where I will also refer to what are the technologies which we are referring to, wherein we will require your support, your technological support in further, nobody is perfect, in further improving the system, further bringing this to perfection. So let me first take care of this, what we have been doing the last few years to reduce the greenhouse gas emission in the case of solid waste management. The first is, many years back, the garbage used to be collected from house to house by small tractors, trucks. I was commissioner of Madurai Corporation 22 years back. I used to have tractors, small mini trucks, vans with diesel burning out of them. In the morning, people will be going out in the morning for a good fresh morning walk, and there will be a one, that smell will be there, second, that fuels of the diesel will be there. Hundreds of vehicles will be burning diesel all over the city, and we will be creating this carbon dioxide emission, methane emission, greenhouse gases emission. I am very happy to say that Greater Chennai Corporation has now slowly turned that into most of the vehicles to battery operated vehicles. We are perhaps one of the biggest users in the entire country. We are using 5,200 plus battery operated vehicles, which is perhaps one of the largest. We have seen a few battery operated vehicles, and we are going to further. Last year our Honorable CM flagged off 1,800. We are going to go for further. We want to make zero primary collection through any diesel vehicle. We are having a few tricycles which also we are trying to face. So first is battery operated vehicles. Number two, micro composting centers. We have got about 175 micro composting centers. We don't want our landfills to be dumped with mounds and mounds of garbage. We don't want artificial mountains to be created across the city. If you go to a city like Ghaziabad and other big metropolitan cities, you will find mounds of garbage over there, hills of garbage over there. We don't want that. So we are trying to decentralize the composting system. So we have set up 175 micro composting centers, and we are going to go further in number for such centers, so that in-house, across the localities itself, your and mine kitchen waste, at least wet waste, what we call, gets converted into compost, and you and me use it for our own horticulture waste. In fact, you will be happy to know that nowadays the corporation officials on Sundays, they are selling garbage at very cheap cost, organic garbage, which is being created, organic manure, which is being created from your and mine garbage. That's the second thing. Third, windrow composting. I am introducing this technology because all of you are technocrats, and I feel that it's over here that we look forward to your participation. What is windrow composting? Windrow composting is also a composting process which is done open house. Like it is done using sunshine. We have got 100 ton per day windrow composting unit in Kodungiyur, where the garbage, many places people do not allow a micro composting center in their vicinity because it does create a problem of smell and fly. So windrow composting is a system where the garbage is brought out in the open. We have got huge cement yards. Over there we put the garbage and we put the microbes and it gets converted into manure. And you will be very happy to know that after processing it is being converted to organic manure, and we have a tie-up now with the state agriculture department and cooperative department. We are converting that into manures, putting them in gunny bags, and farmers of Kanchipuram, Vellore and Tiruvallur and many other districts are now getting the manure produced from the household waste of citizens of Chennai. So this is this third technology that we have used. Fourth very important aspect. I have mentioned about that, you would have read about this. This is called bio-CNG, bio-compressed natural gas. Now we are very happy to inform that few cities in India have already started producing bio-CNG from the wet waste. Now what is bio-CNG? Bio-CNG is you convert the garbage into methane gas. It is then stored in basically the gas is processed, then it is stored in huge balloons, cylinders. One is there working 100 tons of garbage. Bio-CNG plant is working in Chetpet. Another one has been started in Kodungiyur recently, near Madavaram, and it has also been inaugurated by our Chief Minister. 200 tons we are doing. We are setting another 500 tons of such plants. We are also planning to go for a big 500 metric tons bio-CNG plant. So ultimately we plan to process about 2,000 to 2,500 metric tons of our 5,500 metric tons of garbage that we produce across the city each day to bio-CNG. Now, what is this bio-CNG being used for? In fact, I have also addressed in various other areas also. Now, what we do, for example, we all buy our vegetables, all the market waste, the Kollywood market waste, etc. That waste comes. Then we all go to marriages, we eat good sambar, half of it we leave, it will all be there. So I always used to feel it smells after some time, what should we do? It's all very good garbage for my bio-CNG plants. We have actually tied up. In fact, you will be very happy to know, all the times I actually pay for my garbage, bio-CNG plant, actually I get money. I give him garbage, it's not put by the corporation. We have public-private partnership. In Chetpet, it has been put up by a private entrepreneur. In Madavaram, it has been put up by a private entrepreneur. They have got tie-up with various funding agencies. IRIDA is also funding it. In the Indian the Renewable Energy Development Agency, they are also funding such projects. So all that garbage goes over there, gets produced into gas, and now Chetpet 1, he has tied up with a number of hotels across the city. He told me like some of the major brands, Sangeeta and all, many of the. If you go and eat your idli dosa, it might have come from your garbage. The cooking would have been from the gas, from the garbage that has come from your house also. So many of the hotels they have tied up, and the second one at Madavaram, they have tied up with the HPCL now, and the gas that will be produced will go for the bio-CNG based autos and buses. So we are very upbeat about this. We are happy because my garbage is going to get converted into gas and biogas, and it will get converted into useful gas. The emission will not be there. My landfills will not have that methane production. I will not be sitting on the landfills a week, once in a year, to douse the fires over there. And so this is, but we are all in the process of transition. Slowly and certainly, we have got a long way to go. We have just embarked upon some 20-30%. We have got a big way to go, but I am happy to say that the time has come when we are very serious about, the government of Tamil Nadu is very serious about it, government of India is very serious about it, National Green Tribunal is very serious about it, to go for the bio-CNG. I have touched these 3-4 issues. I have told you about the bio-DOV vehicles, I have told you about the micro-composting, I have told you about the windrow composting, I have told you about the bio-CNG plants in this. Now let me touch another aspect over here. What do you do of the plastics that you generate? You know, in Chennai, we have banned plastics. The plastics, you go to a carry bag, you go to a shop in T Nagar, buy your clothes, buy your shirt, pant, sari, etc. They'll not give you a plastic cover. If you get it in a plastic cover, please WhatsApp me. My number is there. This is Indumati. WhatsApp me, because we find the shopkeepers. The shopkeepers have been very cooperative with us. They have gone for alternate carry bag, alternate cloth, the cloth or other alternate carry bags. Even the sweet shops have gone for compostable plastic carry bags, etc. So it's good. But plastic cannot be totally eliminated from the society. If you go, you buy a shirt, the carry bag may be having a cloth bag, but the shirt might have been wrapped from the in-house factory wrapper of plastic. Plastic is still being utilized. So a lot of plastic gets generated every day. So the point is that what we have done for that is, and this some major cities have done, but I am telling all these technologies to you because you should know what is the technology being used by city corporations, so that you can come up with the startups which can help us out. We have set up baling machine plants. Baling plants, they basically we compress the plastics into cuboidal pieces, and then we actually transport it to the cement factories of Ariyalur and Perambur. We, of course, the corporation pays for the transportation, etc. And there it is used as a burning per ton of gas produced. It's a small plus that he gives me lease rent for that. In the Madhavaram unit, I give him my wet garbage. I'm coming to bio-CNG. I give him my wet garbage. He gives me 35 rupees per ton. So it's a small measure. I'm not making money out of this. But the point is, my garbage is not going to the landfill. I'm getting money out of this. It is being used for a good purpose. So that's the point I want to say. Two more aspects which I would like to tell at this point of time. I hope I am not very long in this thing. What do we do for our horticulture waste? You know, we have Mandav's cyclone, which created a lot of tree falls. Corporation of Chennai was awake in the night, entire night. The team of GCC, we had 5,000 people. IRM pair vandu night fulla thungamal anniki night to night mara pullumbodhu அப்புறப்படுத்திட்டு இருந்தாங்க. நாங்கெல்லாம் சுத்தி பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தோம். அதெல்லாம் மரம் நீங்க காலையில எழுந்திருக்கும் போது உங்களுக்கு பெரும்பாலான ரோட் வந்து காலியாக நீங்க பார்த்திருப்பீங்க. So that is because the corporation officials IRM pair வந்து work பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. But the point is, where does this garbage go to? This garbage goes to we have got 5 horticulture processing centers across Chennai. Earlier this all used to go to my landfills. Over there it will catch fire and create fire, the emissions over there. But now we have these units. We also have a lot of coconut. So all the coconut that we get, it all goes to those units. They deshell the coconuts, get the coir out of that. That all goes to the coir industry. The mattresses that you sleep on, that they get, many of them, they get the coir from our horticulture processing units. We encourage that. That's also a public-private partnership. Somebody like you also came up, they have put up this thing. We of course pay them some tipping fee in this regard. And the wood waste that we send, it gets converted into wood saw and then tips that goes to the burners. Of course, it doesn't get burnt in my landfill. It gets burnt in a factory which actually can use that the wood pits, etc. So my landfill is devoid of that garden garbage, which is highly inflammable. That's the point that I want to say. The last point in solid waste management I like to tell about is C&D waste, construction and demolition waste. This is another new technology that the cities have adopted. All cities, major metropolitan cities, not smaller cities, have adopted that technology. Noida has got it, Delhi has got it, Mumbai has got it, Hyderabad has got it, Chennai has got it. We have got 2 units, one in Perungudi, another in Kollywood. So what your and mine material, we demolish our old houses, the bricks, materials, cement, sand, all, we just dump it. It goes, where does it go? Either it goes on the roadside or it goes to the dump yard over there. But now we have set up such units which actually segregate that, they break it up, segregate that, cull out M sand out of the units, M sand, which is plowed back into the construction. They cull out the jelly, kartal, ella vaangit edutittu, this will give it to the construction industry. Ultimately, we actually reuse it back. It's a very important thing. We do not understand, but there is a huge construction demolition. As Corporation Commissioner, I know if I don't clear off my construction and demolition waste, the entire city will look ugly. So these are a few steps that the city corporation is doing as far as solid waste management is concerned. We are in our way towards solid waste management, but we have a long way to go, let me tell you, and we need your support in this regard. Let me touch 2 more smaller aspects. Traffic. Traffic is something which creates a lot of carbon dioxide emission, solid waste, a lot of methane gas emission is there. Now, we are very happy and proud to say that as far as traffic is concerned, Tamil Nadu is up in the forefront in bringing a major solution, and through Chennai City. We have actually now floated a bidding, we have done the bidding for about 645 crores for a project called ITS, the traffic ITMS basically, the Integrated Traffic Management System, ITMS. This project is one of the unique big scale projects wherein, generally, where does the carbon dioxide emission come predominantly? Predominantly the emission comes in the red light spots where your and my vehicle stands, and then idling, it generates a lot of fuel. Now, what if all the time, if you are going, even in the night time, you will have that red light over there. There is hardly any car, but red light will be there. You and me will be standing with the fear that policeman will be actually. I also always, I don't try to, you and me is actually, I mean you and me. So we have to be careful of the police. So, but the point is, red light, even if there is no traffic, there is red light is there for a minute, etc., and the cars keep on idling. Another place, there is means it's static system. So now this ITMS is a system wherein using artificial intelligence, the traffic through the cameras, the traffic is assessed, and the places where there are large number of vehicles which are waiting, the red light timing is reduced. The place where the lesser number of vehicles are waiting, their traffic timing is increased. So it optimizes the timing of the signals, because by virtue of which the actual fuel wastage is reduced to a big extent across the city, and travel time also reduces in a big way. This is one of the aspects of ITMS. Of course, it has also got that bus traffic system by which the buses, etc., through artificial intelligence, through all the RFID chips put over there, you will stand in a bus stop and you don't know when will my next bus number so and so come. So you will have over there, this bus will come in so many minutes, etc. By knowing the bus location, we will get the signal in the bus traffic system. So Chennai, I am very happy and proud to say, we, Chennai Corporation, along with Chennai City Police, and of course funding from Government of Tamil Nadu through JICA funding, we are going to go for this. We have all bid the system, waiting for the concurrence from the funding agencies, and thereafter from our council. This system will be soon launched, and it will take some 1 or 2 years time for implementation, but it will be big relief thereafter in this regard. This is the first thing for the traffic issue. The last portion which I like to refer to is the green print. These are all the things that we are doing to prevent the greenhouse gas emission, but we should something do. Chennai Corporation, being a big corporation with a population of more than 85 lakh people, should do something for making our green cover more. When I come to IIT campus, I find the temperature over there 2 to 3 degrees lower. So I wish, my house was also somewhere within IIT campus, so I envy you, sir, as director of IIT, and all of you students who stay over here. But I wish entire Chennai should be green like IIT Chennai. So for that, we also wish to do something. And my firm conviction over here is that if the government does alone anything, the government, it will not be successful. It has to be a joint effort. It has to be citizens' initiative. It has to be the governmental initiative as well. So as the citizens' initiative, since the last 1 year, we have actually given a call to the resident welfare associations all across the city to come forward to plant the trees and maintain them. For us, as a resident welfare association, which collects 2,000, 3,000 rupees a month for the flats, etc., earmarking, say, 5,000 rupees for tree planting. We always insist that trees should be at least 5 to 6 feet high. Otherwise, they will not survive. I have planted trees 1 feet, 2 feet, which after some time, we'll be happy we have planted trees. After 5 months, they will die. We should have big sustainable trees. We have called upon the resident welfare associations, and through you also, and feel some press is also there, to come forward to do the tree planting. GCC will give the permission wherever you want. Put the tree guards, put a gardener who should give the water supply once in a month. 6 months after that, the tree will take off by itself. 1 year, tree will take off by itself. Since last 1 year, we have planted more than 1.8 lakh trees alone through citizens' initiative. And those trees will survive. We have actually honored the resident welfare association also. The last point is, what is the governmental role? Yes, government also has to take up. So it is over here that I will like to mention about a greening system called Chennai River Restoration Trust, which is headed by the Chief Secretary of Tamil Nadu, wherein we are actually in the process of ensuring that the bunds of Kuvam and Adyar rivers are actually made green. So under this, if you would have slowly noticed, we have actually been removing the encroachment slowly, rehabilitating those persons, not just removing and without rehabilitation, shifting the people, putting up this compound wall all across Kuvam and Adyar. You would have seen that green, yellow, green color. We all decided, we had a lot of debates, which color will suit, will look nice. And so we put that green color. Inside we have put up trees, and we have not gone for any exotic varieties of trees. We have gone for native variety of trees, lot of bamboo trees along Adyar River, lot of mangrove trees also along Adyar River, etc. Kuvam now also we have started taking up. And I'll be happy to know that in the last 1 year itself, from Adyar bridge to Tiruvika bridge and further Tiruvika to MRTS bridge, we are in the process of, we have already mostly planted about 30,000 plus 30,000, 60,000 trees we have planted, and we have just not left that to the nature to fend for itself. We have put drip irrigation as well over there in order to ensure that it survives. And mind you, you are all, if you are students, by the time you come out to take up your own startups or you become professors over here in the IIT Madras, and when you go for a walk along Adyar River, you will find a green canopy over there. Those trees and plants which have been planted 1 or 2 years back itself, and 1 or 2 years henceforth they will be like that. And today actually you would have seen in one of the English newspapers, The Hindu, that we are now in the process of planting trees from Napier Bridge along in the backside of Rajiv Gandhi Medical College also. That used to be an eyesore over there, seeing grey water, black water over there. We have put up compound wall, but we wish to see a very green area over there with a lot of tree plants over there. I thought this is an educational institution, you are all technocrats. I do not want to play the bugle of GCC, but I wanted to tell all these technological points to you. What are the areas where GCC is using technology in order to reduce the greenhouse gas emission? These are all my thoughts over there. If and wherein your technology fits into our system, I welcome all of you to come forward to us to implement your startup within the campus of GCC, and we'll be very happy to know, because you are the best minds. IIT Madras and its startups are the best, and I'm very proud to be speaking over here. I'm also an engineer, of course not from IIT, but I'm from Punjab, but it's a proud privilege to address to you, and we really wish that you should all come up with your technology, participate in the governmental system. In the private system you will get money, but in the governmental system, if you participate, you will get satisfaction of your lifetime. So thank you very much for giving me such a
Thank you very much for that excellent talk covering all aspects of what Chennai Corporation is doing in the area of sustainability. And I personally wanted to add this point. As a teacher of solid waste management, I've been teaching for the last 7 years. And earlier, I only used to take them to the landfill, the dump sites. And there was nothing else to show my students. I always used to show videos of what is happening elsewhere. CND waste management or mechanized waste segregation or windrow composting. And this year, I completely agree with what our Commissioner Sir has said. I had an opportunity to take my students to 6 field visits, and they have all seen all the 6 initiatives in the waste management what you just showed. The Garden Waste Management Center, the CND Waste Management Center, the Bio-CNG at Shape. So it was such a great experience for my 100+ students, both graduates and the postgraduates and the PhDs, to see all this happening right in Chennai. So that was a big transformation which has happened in Chennai over the last 2 to 3 years. I think they utilized the COVID time very well. I couldn't go for the field visit. So I'm really applaud. Director has always been insisting that these things should be going across the country.
ரிஜெக்டட் பண்ணி பேசுங்களா நான் உள்ள இல்லையா உங்க மூணு உள்ள பார்க்கவே தெரியும் பார்த்தேன் நான் ரைட்டில் இருந்தேன் நீ பார்க்க நீ எங்க நான் யாரும் கிளம்பலன்ட்டு உட்காந்துருக்கிறேன் நீ உட்காந்து சரி அதை கூட தள்ளி சரி இது வச்சுக்கலாமா இந்த ரூம் பேக்ரவுண்டு பாத்ரூம் போகுது போவாங்க சரி ரெஸ்ட் போகாது இப்படி மாத்தி போமா போவாங்க இப்படி வச்சுக்கலாம் போயிடலாம் ரெஸ்ட் இப்படிதான் போவாங்க இப்படி வச்சுப்பா அதுதான் போவாங்க போய் வந்துருப்பானே அம்மா உள்ள தள்ளிங்களா இல்ல அப்படி அப்படி நம்ம அப்படி நீ அந்த லாஸ்டாடா எப்போ உள்ள ரிஜெக்டட் பீஸ் இதெல்லாம் உள்ள சேர்க்கலையா Tamil Nadu. நம்ம பேட்டி எடுப்போம். மெகா கோடி கீழே சொல்ல லைவ்